Kimberly. Okay, Lars here from 91.3 FM WBNY with Kimberly, of course. And please inform the viewers, of course, what you do.
I am currently overseeing social media for a college in Northern Virginia. But I got my start at WBNY back in the day as a newscaster and DJ.
Nice. What was the experience like at WBNY, especially here at Buffalo State as well?
It was wonderful. I had a lot of camaraderie with people. It was a great learning experience. Back in the day, we had the AP wires, so it was a very interesting way of getting media, which we thought was so advanced then, and now, that would seem so outdated with timing of news. And just was a great learning experience, built a lot of friendships and networking that we never realized at the time how the people we worked with would become beyond friends and also valuable professional networking opportunities.
Now, what was your first job after you got out of college, at least in the media industry?
In the media industry? I was a weekend fill-in DJ actually in Virginia for a Clear Channel communication station, and I did that to supplement my quote-unquote real job because the cost of living in that area was so expensive, and a DJ then at the time was only making about $17,000 a year, which was not a livable salary.
In that area, at least?
Yeah. In a higher cost of living area, yeah.
Now, actually, you referenced to me before this that you work with the Capitals as well.
Well, I do that on a volunteer basis. I'm very involved with the Washington Capitals because growing up here, a lover of hockey, and also I had a neighbor, Mr. Paul Wheeland, who was the announcer for the Sabres for years, and he had a great influence on my love for radio. And then when I moved to the Washington, D.C. area, I just, continued that passion and connection to hockey.
Hey, thank you very much.
Sure, thank you.
Best of luck to you in the future.
You also.
From 91.3 FM, joining us, of course, is, introduce yourself.
Sure. I'm Ben Kirst. I'm the Digital Communications Manager for Buffalo.com at the Buffalo News.
Okay, so the first question would be, what are all the categories involving Buffalo.com? What do you guys primarily cover?
Sure. Well, we're an entertainment and lifestyle site, so we cover a lot of sports, food, style, things that are happening around Buffalo, big events in the city, things along those lines, things that your average young adult would think are fun and kind of cool.
And what would be your target audience in terms of this website?
Well, we really like to, 18 to 35 in general, like the kind of the stereotypical demographic. But I think our real wheelhouse is young professionals, people between about 22 and 30 who have a little bit of money to spend, who want to go out and have fun in the city, and kind of want to be tied into the biggest things happening in Western New York.
Okay. Now, what was it like covering the coverage for the Webster block for the new development regarding the Buffalo Sabres? Do you have any insight on that?
Well, at Buffalo.com, we didn't do a lot of specific coverage of that, but we definitely do pay attention to big developments happening in the city along those lines. The Buffalo News building, which is where we're located, is a block away from the Webster block, and it's been really exciting to see what's happening at Canal Side, all throughout that area down by the waterfront. We do a lot of work with Buffalo Place for the Thursday at the Harbor concerts. So from our perspective, anything that happens in that area is great for one thing because it brings a lot of people, which gives us an opportunity to have a lot of cool content, but also because it makes our workplace more fun too. So,
Dave, thank you very much, man.
Thanks for having me.
I love the sound of my own voice.
Are you ready? We're rolling? Yep. Okay. Lars from 91.3 FM WBNY here with John Bobby, who works with the one and only Glenn Beck. So how you doing?
I'm good. Well, Lars, how are you?
I'm doing just fine. Now, what is it like working under Glenn Beck, knowing that he's such a polarized figure throughout the country?
It's interesting in that Glenn's and my politics are not the same. It's been a weird window into a world that I didn't know anything about. You get so sort of focused on your own sort of point of view, your own career, your own likes and dislikes. To work with a guy like Glenn and help articulate a point of view that I don't necessarily always agree with, I think not only has it been interesting and like gee whiz, but it's sort of helped me grow professionally. Does that sound good? Yes, grow professionally.
Now, what is it like? What is it like working with him? How is Glenn as a person? Like, have you talked to him like on a one-on-one basis?
Yeah, a lot. This is the thing people always have kind of trouble understanding is that he is an incredibly nice guy. And he's incredibly generous, and I don't think you'd find anybody who works on his staff that doesn't agree 100%. He comes across, he's got an aggressive point of view. He has very impassioned beliefs. But underneath that is a guy who's family man, great husband, great father, and a fun guy to hang out with, got a killer sense of humor, really funny, loves to laugh. Loves ribs, loves ice cream, likes to enjoy himself, and that sort of attitude ripples throughout the staff. I mean, I was probably the seventh person, I think, working for Glenn, and now the company is 175 people. But they've still maintained that really sort of close-knit, familial environment. It's easy to think that the guy you see on television or hear on the radio, that's who that is. Of course, that's a shade of who he is, but he's obviously a much more complete person. Again, who I think the greatest secret is, he's such a funny guy. Not just in terms of like being funny, but appreciating what's funny, and also incredibly tolerant of a variety of points of view. Like the company is largely based in New York City. New York is a liberal town. Most people in the media tend to lean to the left, yet we all get along, we all work together, we make a product that a lot of people enjoy, and it's fun to be part of something that's successful.
I think I have one last thing. Take me through a day before a show.
Okay. Well, in my role, I work from home, and I'm in a very reactive mode. So when Glenn needs things or wants things, I get an email or a phone call, or I get called in for a meeting. Glenn's in Dallas these days. He's based in Dallas. My days, I wake up, go get some coffee, come back, check my email. Maybe I'm watching something on eBay. And then eventually, once I kind of wind up, I get into the day. For me, it's important to kind of write about stuff that I don't really care about before I do write about stuff I do care about, just kind of unchink the chain. And I take it as it goes. I mean, some days I reach out if I have an idea for a magazine article, for something else, not just writing for Glenn. I do a bunch of freelance things, and I think most people in New York especially, unless you've got one of those rarefied staff jobs, you're keeping it, you got a lot of irons in the fire. You're trying to do magazine stuff, or I'm going to be ghostwriting a book coming up, or projects for Glenn, or other sort of things that come in from all over the place to keep you busy and, again, keep the lights on.
Hey, John Bowby joining us here at 91.3 FM, WBNY. Nice talking to you, man.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for having me.
No problem.